Alright, so yesterday I posted my updated post-anniversary tier list, and one character in specific I thought was going to be very much of a standout was GELDA, because GELDA, although arguably in a vacuum, if you think, oh, who are the top 3 best PvP characters in the game? If you go and you tell me, oh, PvP is now an individual character game, which never gonna happen, but let's say that GELDA would arguably be number 1 or 2. But I think with the current landscape, GELDA is not a meta character anymore. And I will explain as we play. Hold the thought process, don't comment anything, I'll explain. By herself, GELDA is obscenely overpowered. Still. Even post ESCANOR, the biggest issue that she faces is a very simple one, actually. You can't run her with ESCANOR. And that alone really devalues her use. Even though she herself is really strong, if the team that you use with her isn't winning against most people, then how can you call it meta? That's my point here. And I've you know, for the past how long? When has it been since Grand Cross started really going with this team-based or race-based teams and stuff like this? I think it's since Purgatory Melee. They really sat in. Obviously, we've had before like other teams like other teams like Purgatory Bond and stuff like that, where it was like very focused in just one race. But I think it really started being a massive trend throughout the whole game since, I would say, Purgatory Melee, where every single new character that comes out is tied into a very specific team. And ever since then, the game has completely shifted on its head. It's not about individual power anymore in this game. It really isn't. It's about what you bring to the team and your individual power. It's both. And it really is both. And the thing is, GELDA has a ton of individual power. Really. But unfortunately, the team that she's tied onto, I would not say is competing with Sins or humans. I just went against a human team because it's different for me. If you are a big whale, calling myself fat here, but yeah, when you are a spender, when you are a big whale, a lot of the adversity that comes with using a less than meta or less meta team sort of diminishes. The biggest key point being a full Sins team is impossible for like the average player. Not me, of course, because I'm a Grand Cross oink oink pay pig. but for a more normal person, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you know, that team, the Sins team, with the 3 UR festivals, is gonna be practically impossible to out CC if you're running as a GELDA team. This team I'm running, unfortunately, both GELDA and Demon King really hold back on the CC to the point where, let's say I was playing a equally matched opponent, which is very like unlikely for me, because you know it's sort of a bell curve, right? Is that the metric I'm really? This could be a problem. If this is a real player, it could be a problem. Whatever. It is much harder for me to face an opponent that's evenly matched than for me to outmatch someone, right? Okay. Unlikely to be a real player here. I'm still not in complete... Nah, I should be okay. DK's gonna bring it. I'll cheat. Oh, no 6-6. Yeah. So for me, because I can more than like... Oh, that's poor damage. Is it because he lowered my HP? Might be. Because I'm more than likely to face people who are, you know, 3, 4, 5 million bucks less CC than me, I can use GELDA. And I'll likely win most matches. But if I face someone on the same level of power as me, it's an insta GG. I lost. Sins will out CC me and they're gonna one turn me every single time. So obviously the way that I value characters or rank characters is much more based on the experience of, you know, most players, not just my own, or else it just wouldn't work very well, right? Every character would be much more overvalued than it should be. But I actually say average player, because I would say I would categorize the average player as someone that either doesn't spend money or very little and plays somewhat regularly. That's the vision I have for the person that I would like to say has enough interest in the game to watch my videos, but understands that it is much more worth their money to invest in something better than a mobile game. That's how I see it. So for them, you maybe, yes, you, Daniel, watching, might not have the greatest time running a character that is gonna just get pummeled and bent over and slapped around every other match or every match. It's not ideal, even if individually that character would beat every other character. That's not how the game works anymore. It just isn't. But thankfully, I think by the proxy of me not being that terrible at explaining, and my viewers being of higher intelligence than average, I would like to think. Looking at the comments of the tier list, I didn't even see a single person on like the top 50 comments questioning the GELDA placement. I think anyone that has been paying attention to the game for the past year and a half can see that a lot of characters bounce up and down in the meta. Oh, not killing my melee was very bad for him. If he had killed it, he would have insta-won the match. That second hit could have been really bad. Or maybe not insta-won. Yeah, never mind. He would have needed like another... Oh, no. Another ESCANOR card, I think, for that. Let's make sure his ESCANOR dies. ESCANOR lowering your max HP is so bad for GELDA. ESCANOR is a counter to GELDA. There's no way that it's just a coincidence that he just so happens to have a mechanic that really messes her up, you know what I mean? It's not just a coincidence that he lowers max health and that really messes up her damage. Because if you think, if you lower 30% of their health bar, that's a lot of damage when it comes to GELDA and Arthur, really. But I mainly think it's bad for GELDA, because Arthur can be run with ESCANOR. Yeah, GELDA can't. Oh, typical Sins team over here. Yeah, UR festivals, right? That's their new thing. And the more UR festivals we get, the more it's gonna separate the non-UR festivals to the rest of the characters, because it is definitely a plan that they had with these characters. Like Alfred at launch seemed very weak, And he still kind of is. Like, the biggest redeeming quality of Festival Gaffer is the fact that he's a Festival UR. All else that he does is good. I wouldn't say that the rank up with the extra rank up ability, the one that increases your pierce slash ignore crit resistance, ignore crit defense, is bad. Like, that is good for sure, but can you compare Galfer to Escanor or Melly or Arthur, like the other UR festivals? You would be disingenuous to say they're the same. You know what I mean? you know what I mean. But the fact that he's a UR festival carries him so much. But I think that's how it's gonna be now. And demons are gonna get more UR festivals, probably more intro characters. And intro Zeldris. Zeldris turning into Demon King Zeldris intro, like his base Zeldris, and then he becomes like the taller base Zeldris that is like in between Demon King and Zeldris, you know what I'm talking about? That could be a character. Like, intros really could be the saving grace for a lot of characters that we don't have. Gaffer, gaining conscience by the real Gaffer can be a character. Like, there are so many intro characters they can make, it's insane. That's just random. I literally just thought of these. Like, that's just random characters I just thought about. But yeah, Gelda will bounce back. Depending on the next character releases, she might be top of the game again soon. Again, she has a lot of individual power. She doesn't provide much to the team when it comes down to it. It's the opposite of UR festivals, where so far every UR festival is a mixture of very big individual strength and team strength. Even Gaffer, in a way, where he self-ranks up. Self-rank ups, for him, you can, you know, attribute to him ranking up the whole team as well. But his own single target, it can be very strong. So if he ranks himself up again, level 3 single targets, that single target can do quite good damage. So, and now Escanor, in the first turn, he isn't providing much, but the fact that he lowers enemy HP can be helpful for other teammates, and when he dies, he leaves sort of like a power-up behind to help your team. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going on with these festivals. Demon King Melly cleanses your team every turn, which also helps him, right? It's not like he's doing it just for a team, he's also gaining something out of it. So it's like it works both ways, and that's the design that the UR festivals have been had, which is quite strong. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. That's about it.